One of Canada's foremost investment experts, Benj Gallander of Contra, joins us now on Small Cap Power. Benj, thank you so much for joining us.
A pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you're at the Money Show 2018. Now, what message do you bring to investors this year?
Well, we're contrarian, so we invest in companies that are out of favor. So we've been doing the investment ladder for almost 25 years. I've been investing for over 40 years, and the methodology has changed a little bit. We've tweaked it somewhat. But overall, we look for companies out of favor that we think have 100% plus upside, often 2, 3, 400%. All companies in my portfolio that have been around for at least 10 years, so nothing new, and things that have established track records.
For 30 years, you've taken on this approach of being a contrarian to the market. How has this methodology worked for you, and how relevant is it for investors today, given the market environment?
Well, our track record's one of the best out there. Our 15-year track record is better than 16%. The past 5 years is better than 22%. So it's very relevant. Some people say right now it's a little bit less because of momentum, but we do incorporate some momentum trading in terms of when we're looking to sell. But there's still companies that are out of favors, there's sectors that are out of favors. So I think it can work in any market, although sometimes it works better than others.
So what makes for a successful investor today? What are the core principles, rules that they should live by?
Well, I think often you have to be aware of getting caught up in manias, and that's one of the reasons we can make so much money. People will get scared and they'll dump stocks that I think have a good future. So we get to take advantage of their manias on both the positive side and the negative side. So human psychology is very much at the core of the market. Of course, computers are more of a factor now than they used to be, and I have to take them into account to some degree.
So what's exciting you today in 2018? What are the investment opportunities that appeal to you, and any top stock picks from you?
GMP Capital. They were just a commodity play. They've moved into oil and gas. They've also moved into crypto, and they moved into marijuana. I like Border Hill. They were basically patent trolls before. They have since moved into the Internet of Things. They've taken over a few companies, 2 larger takeovers. I like GVP. They do training for nuclear, also for chemical. The nuclear industry is going to continue. It may not be growing at the pace that it was, but there's a need for people to be trained to work in the field, and these guys have a clean balance sheet. They're growing quite a bit, and for some reason the market really hasn't tapped into it.
Bulk of the attendees at the Money Show this year are looking for ideas for retirement planning. What should they keep in mind?
Well, you want to have a good income flow, that's for sure. You have to think of what your dreams are. If you decide to go, say, to India, it's going to cost you more than going to Peterborough. So what do you want to do? What are the goals? What kind of pension do you already have? Where are good places to invest? Any investments are risk and reward. Generally, when you're older, you don't want to take as much risk, but at the same time, you might still want to take some to up the size of what you have. So being conservative, but maybe not overly conservative, but preparing. People who advise in that sector are talking more and more about people living to 100. That still doesn't happen all that often. So you don't want to be, as my father-in-law would say, the richest man or the richest woman in the graveyard. Spend some of your money and enjoy it.
Benj Gallander, always a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A pleasure talking to you too.